So we've all seen those videos pop up that go, could X character beat AnaLog horror? Could V1 from Ultra Kill beat AnaLog horror? Can the guy from Berserk beat AnaLog horror? Could Gordon Freeman, Chell, Master Chief, Goku, Jesus Christ, Jared from Subway, Rosa Parks, Master Chief, 26th President of the United States, Theodore Roosevelt, 27th President of the United States, William Howard Taft? But the thing with these videos that confuses me is that oftentimes it isn't even a goddamn contest. Like, Goku. Goku. Seriously? What the hell is this stupid Godzilla guy from Man in the Suit gonna do against fucking Goku? The character that a lot of these like to feature is the Doom guy from Doom. Now, the only problem with this is that it's the Doom guy. Do they realize what this man is capable of? Have they at least played Doom before? Look, clearly these guys don't have any fucking idea what they're talking about. Starting with the fact that they titled their videos this and not how long can AnaLog horror survive Doom guy. So let me break it down for you. This is what would actually happen if Doom guy fought these guys, alright? So first things first, Mandela catalog, the alternates. They seem like pretty dangerous foes, right? Not only can they shapeshift and camouflage themselves, they're also bulletproof, extremely smart, and can easily psychologically torment anyone. Now, most of the videos I've seen mention this, I'll give him credit for that, but Doom guy can't really be driven more crazy than he already is. He's already off his rocker, and his personality is equivalent to that of a coat hanger, so he'd probably just ignore them and vaporize them with the Unmaker since they're demons, or one of his other overpowered guns. As for Gabriel and the other Cognito hazards, the Tulpas are just like a PNG of a guy in a tube TV. So that's basically not even a fight. And Gabriel, once manifested in his corporeal form, could just as easily be dealt with as the other alternates. I don't see how that fight would go any differently. Speaking of Cognito hazards, we have a couple others that would pretty much do nothing to Doom guy. First off is the boiled one, which could in theory seep into his mind if he watches his broadcast, but Doom guy wouldn't even notice it since he literally does not sleep ever. And hell, even if he did take a little nap, I doubt he'd be affected by the boiled one's torture, which from the looks of it seems to just sum up to him opening and closing his mouth with some text-to-speech bullshit in the background. As for the other Dr. Nowhere industry plant, we have the Thumper, which is pretty much a carbon copy of the boiled one. It wouldn't even get the chance to shittily animate its way over to Doom guy, since if their broadcast came on, he'd just have to turn off the TV. What, you expected some other thing? And in the very slim chance that Doom guy just did not do that, he could shoot the hell out of it and be just fine. Getting back to the fully corporeal entities, their fate would be very similar to that of the other creatures. Bond from the Walton Files is just some stupid piece of shit robot, even if he is pretty strong, so he'd stand no fighting chance against the Slayer. Hell, even if it was a straight up one-on-one, Doom guy would wipe the floor with him easy. The creatures from Kane Pixel's backrooms would be slightly more trouble for him, mainly just for the fact that they're a little more vicious than any robot or corpse in a suit is. But they'd also be a piece of cake for Doom guy, cause if he can take on a cyber demon easy, then this is no problem. Where things get complicated though is with the rolling giant, as while he is just a papier-mâché prop, he's shown to be able to manipulate the mall around him, basically making it an extension of himself. So if the Valley View Mall itself was a level, he could just track the giant down in like 2 seconds, turn him into recycling, and grapple to the exit in record time. Another character I've seen thrown around is Sarah from Needle Mouse. She's a fucking cartridge! And don't think I'm gonna mention him, alright? I ain't talking about that freak. The Iris from Gemini Home Entertainment, and the creatures that spawn from it, would be a little more troubling for the Slayer, but since they're not that durable, their infestation would be cleanly dealt with. Now, the only characters in AnaLog horror, at least the mainstream ones, that would cause actual harm to Doom guy would be the creatures from the Monument Mythos and its extended universe. The less powerful ones like Freedom, the Liberty Lurker, the Zeppelins, etc. wouldn't be that hard to eviscerate. However, the ones that would cause him serious damage would be the D-Day Knight, the Last Sun, and the Lunarians. The Knight and the Last Sun are superpowered ethereal individuals, and I'd equate them to something like a Superman or a Homelander. They can technically be killed, but they are extremely resilient, and the Slayer would need something like the BFG cannon or maybe his brand spanking new mech to even so much as hurt them. Now, the only being the Doomslayer would not be able to kill in all of AnaLog horror, and therefore, the being that would feasibly be able to defeat him would be the Crescent King, who in the Nixonverse is essentially God too. He's an omnipotent Galactus-like being, capable of possessing bodies among other things. Now, technically, he isn't a true physical being, but his physical form is stated to be minimum hundreds of feet tall, meaning he's at least like 20 Wyomings. The Crescent King also commands the Lunarian army, which isn't too far from regular pinkies or imps, but it is another obstacle to add on top. Finally, that leads us to this TED Talk's conclusion, which is that all of these videos are all freaking stupid. They'll put up Doom Guy against all these various characters just to arrive at the same conclusion of, yeah, he'd probably just kill him too. It's like, why even make the video if he's obviously just gonna beat the crap out of every single one? Oh. Oh yeah, that is a good reason actually. Hey, that gives me an idea.